Welcome back to some more Matchmaking, the podcast where we look at all the Dota heroes. One by one, we analyze them, we look at the abilities, we look at the lore, and we look at a lot more and figure out whether they're a match for us or not, or maybe they're a match for you. I'm joined by Dav and Ali, as always. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. I was chatting to Alex Turner, not Alex Turner from Arctic Monkeys, not the lead singer of Arctic Monkeys.
Right.
You share the same name. But I was explaining the podcast, and I told him Smash Up Ann, and he said he loves the name Smash Up Ann. Putting it out there.
Just putting it out there. We all like the name, but we all think sponsors may not.
The name.
But what are we on this week? On F.
F.
Faceless Void.
The only F.
The only F, yeah.
They say F, yeah, true. And they say F for a lot of things. F in internet culture means like dead.
And you press F to pay respects.
Yeah, press F to pay. Yeah, oh, that's it.
That's what
It's F for fishing as well. For the
press F for fishing in the river. Not every episode it comes up. Fuck's sake.
In case you didn't listen to that episode, number one, listen to that episode. It's a good one. But yeah, we've created a mini game where you can fish in the river for boots.
You're making it sound like we've made a custom game in Dota.
We have. Go to the arcade and search.
Go to the arcade and download our fishing mini game. It's definitely there.
Do you know where F?
Not a scam.
Do you know where pay F to pay respects came from?
Was it Twitch?
Was it Call of Duty? I thought it was a Call of Duty thing.
Oh,
It was Call of Duty. Yeah.
With like a quick time event at a funeral.
That's exactly it. Press F to pay respect.
So dumb.
It was the I think it was the card with Kevin Spacey in, and we don't like Kevin Spacey anymore.
F.
So
Yeah, so we don't talk about the rest of it.
that is an F. Although
that.
Kevin Spacey has been been found not guilty or some shit like that. I don't know. I think he's a weird guy anyway.
I don't think I want to talk about it. I feel if allegations like that come up, I don't think there's a clean way of going, oh, it was all good. I don't think there's ever a good way out of it.
Well, that's what editing's for.
We paid enough money. We paid enough money for the allegations to be, gotten rid of.
Well, and on that transition from Kevin Spacey to Faceless Void.
Yeah. I mean, Faceless Void looks like a spacey kind of man. He looks like he's from space.
I think if Kevin Spacey was in the game,
should we redo that transition? Yeah. Speaking of spacey, Faceless Void looks like he's from space. That's so good. Such a good segue, right?
Hell yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So
one more time. One more time, Joe.
One more time. What if we all do it in unison?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Speaking of spacey, Faceless Void looks like he's kind of from space as well.
Nice. Perfect. Seamless. Faceless Void is he's just a bit of a dickhead, isn't he? Literally.
You say that about everyone. Last week with Enigma, you're like, he's a bit of a bellend and I don't like him. Do you have something against purple people?
I'm saying, look at his head. It looks like a dick. Quite literally.
True.
He's got a dick for a head. That's what I'm saying.
Are you going to find a hero which you do like before we even talk about it?
Wind Ranger.
Yeah, that's the okay. Then we got there.
Windy.
So Faceless Void, he kind of looks like a hammerhead shark to me.
Yeah.
He looks like in Hellboy, there's that fish man.
No.
Yes.
In The Shape of Water, there's that fish man.
Hellboy Fishman.
He reminds me of that if the fish man was a shark and had no eyes.
I think the Fishman looks more like old school Alien, or like an alien from Signs.
Oh yeah,
the movie Signs.
Maybe
scared the life out of me. I've seen a bit of Void. Void's literally got a. Well, I'll tell you all about the lore of Void. So
I think
Void,
it's like the mark. Sorry, I think it's about the markings on the face that get me. I think that's what it is, like the darker markings on his face.
Yeah, but he hasn't got the.
Can we do an ab check as well? Sorry, I feel we need to do an ab check on Faceless Void. We did an ab check on Enigma.
Yeah.
Who's Void?
Stacked?
He's going to be stacked, right?
If we have to find an actor that has the same abs as Faceless Void,
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I think it is Christian Bale. I'm a bit disappointed with how fast I got that. Because I don't look
Someone's
Christian
been
Bale.
looking.
Yeah,
It's kind
Batman.
of Christian Bale if he had less peck.
Yeah. God, he hasn't got peck.
How were you so quick on that?
Don't forget peck day, Void.
Well, the adjectives to describe Void are nice pecs, legs, brackets too.
Exactly.
Very important that there's 2 legs.
So Christian Bale, the hammerhead purple fishman with no pecs.
Well, we call him Void, but his name. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll let you, because this is what we always do. I haven't just plucked this out of my head. Do you want to be a good idea? But Ali, Joe, do you want to have a little guess on Void's lore, as is tradition? As 2 avid Dota players who know nothing about the lore.
Do you want to go first? I have got nothing.
He's a guy who jumps around. He doesn't care about time or space. I don't know. Something like that. Anti-Doctor Who. There you go.
Doctor Who. He's a Dalek without the shell.
Yeah. That's what a Dalek should be.
He's a shellless
Doctor Who
Dalek.
loves time, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to go off the abilities. He walks through time.
In my mind, he was just a shark. He was just a hammerhead shark that got caught up in a like it was like the episode of The Fly. The film The Fly. Instead of a fly being in a teleporter with a man, it was a man traveling through in a time machine, but he collides with a hammerhead shark while making the jump, and they merge together with the time machine as well and become a time traveling shark man.
I think you just described the plot to Sharknado 8.
Arguably the best Sharknado.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Were we close?
no, not at all.
Fuck.
Oh.
Not at all. Does look a bit like a shark. So, Faceless Void, he's called Dark Terror, the Faceless Void. And I was wondering, why? Because we all call him Void. No one calls him Faceless Void, but you'd say Void. Stop feeding Void. F you, Void, I'm reporting you.
MFU Void.
But
The mother was good in bed last night, Void.
fucking nice chrono, idiot Void, dog. There's nothing worse than when a Void misses his chrono and there's no one in there.
don't.
And he just like runs around. It's like, mate, there's no one there. And
They're there.
I was wondering why heroes have 2 names, and it comes from original Dota. Every hero had 2 names. Had Lena the Slayer, Riley the Crystal Maiden, Kyle the Invoker, Mirana the Priestess, and that's why, like,
Dav
you can
the
tell,
feeder, yeah.
you can tell how long people have been playing, because like people will call Spirit Breaker Barra, and I'm like, who the fuck is Barra?
Oh, yeah.
Barathrum.
I'm trying to think if there's any I call by the other names. We sometimes call Roche Kongor.
Well, you have like Wind Ranger. Everyone calls her Wind Runner.
Yes. She
yeah.
will always be Windrunner in my heart.
And the same as like in Wales, you have the Millennium Stadium, which is now the Principality Stadium. But I'll always call it Principality Stadium. And there's a club. There's a club called Prism, but I know it as Oceana, the club I used to go to when I was 16, and I only ever call it Oceana.
Oceana, really?
Yeah.
I always call it Prism. Is this the one in Cardiff?
There's one in Cardiff. There's one in Bristol as well.
Filth Prism.
There's one in North Wales in Bangor, kicking off.
I
But
liked how Welsh you got there for that one.
Bangor. But we're not talking about Bangor's Prism night, right, and I'll tell you about that on another day. But so yeah, Dark Terror, the Faceless Void. He is basically a cultist, part of the Dreg cult. Dreg, just a bit of a shit name, isn't it? Dreg. You can tell, like,
Yeah.
do you know, you can tell a lot by someone's name, like Stains or where else has got a horrible
Calling
name?
out stains, mate. Holy-
Stains, Hull, and they're always shitholes. No offense, but Dreg cult. So he's from somewhere called Klazarim, which is a realm outside of time.
Right.
Okay.
Which makes,
So he is a time. He's a what do you call it? What's the
He's
thing
a
in
Time
Doctor Who?
Lord.
Time Lord. He's a time lord.
Yeah.
bit of a Time Lord, yeah. And to enter the realm of Klazrimi, however you want to say it, and it's outside of the mortal realm.
I hate it. I hate those kind of things. Outside of the mortal realm. Oh my goodness.
It's such a nothing.
It feels like a catch-all. Yeah.
It's such a nothing thing, isn't it? So
it's not where humans live, is what they mean.
yeah,
Right?
but it's like
it's normally just full of gods.
it's a
But it could be anywhere.
Well, it's a special place. The top dog is Klaz, which is the god of this realm, and then the followers, the sheeple, are the acolytes of Klaz. And
Right.
to rank
he's
up,
named the town after him, basically. He's named the whole realm after him. His name is Klaz, and it's the Klaz realm, and it's called Klazrem, or whatever.
Klazurem, yeah, and
The Klaz Den is his home as well.
all bellends. So acolytes of Klaz to like in Scientology, to move up in ranks instead of paying money. You can't see it with your eyes. So your eyes get removed if you want to continue worshipping this Klaz fellow. So that is
Right.
why Faceless Void has the head that he has. And no, have you noticed he has no eyes?
Yeah, I've noticed that. And no
Yeah.
nose as well.
Maybe it stinks in Klaz.
Why didn't he keep his eyebrows? I feel you'd keep the eyebrows at least to emote to other people.
You
What?
do a lot with a mouth.
Yeah,
emotion.
I mean, he has got some big old gnashes, so I assume he's learnt to compensate for the lack of eyebrows.
What are you
with
doing
his
with
mouth.
eyebrows? What, you're like raising them if you want to like
Well, you
proposition someone?
frown, you can raise one as if it's like a question. If you're shocked, you raise both of them. There's a lot you can do with a brow, Dav, that you can't do with no eyes, no nose, no brow, no forehead. Or kind of all forehead, I guess, but no wrinkles in the forehead to emote with.
He doesn't need to worry. He can go back in time, can't he? So he could like hit on a girl or a guy, whoever, and
Yeah.
if they say no,
Or a shark.
or a hammerhead shark, and if they say no, just go back in time and try again, like in Groundhog Day.
You can hop in the bath with the toaster. Wait.
Have you seen Have you seen the Stardew Valley meme? And it's like first day in Stardew Valley, and you go in and chat to like the main guy, Pierre or whatever he's called, and then the second time go in and like, oh wow, you bought me truffle oil, and it's like, I know everything about you.
That's Faceless Void.
That's for you.
Yeah.
A bit of a creep. Anyway, so
And it explains the tribal tattoo. Yeah.
So Dark Terror believes that the current era is about to end. So he's like a bit of a conspiracy theorist, like Y2K, 2012, like, you know, like the pagan calendar.
Why is he concerned about that if he lives outside the mortal realm? Is it like his favorite TV series? He's like,
Probably.
Game of Thrones is about to end. It's on the final season soon.
Time to
Is that
time
the
walk in.
equivalence? Yeah. Is that the equivalence?
Oh, mate, if you could just go back to that final season and then just reverse it back, just undo it. Undo it all.
Please.
But
Void,
then I don't
save
get to
us.
see the Starbucks cup under the chair.
That is true. That was a good moment.
My highlight.
That was the highlight.
But Dark Terror thinks that the world's going to end, and he talks about it a lot. Bit of lore for you. Darkseer, do you know Darkseer's head, his pointed skull?
Oh, he's also a purple boy,
Also,
Yeah.
isn't he?
well, no.
Dad must not like him.
They're different. They're different species. They're different races.
Right.
But Faceless Void is jealous of Darkseer's head because obviously he's a bit self-conscious. He's got a dick head. So there's a skin where he's like his head's in bounds to look like Darkseer's pointed skull.
Oh, there's lore in the cosmetics.
There's a lore in cosmetics. I'll find it right now. I'll find it right
That's
now.
crazy.
Where is it?
So he's embarrassed about his weird hammerhead and wants a long head. I wonder what kind of shape head Klaz has. Is that in the lore?
No,
weird.
there's nothing about class, but this is in the lore. Who do you think has also been to class? We're talking like tiny people who can go in and out of stuff.
Weaver.
Okay.
Pugner. Let's go with Pugner. He's small, isn't he?
It's small, not far off. It's Puck. Puck like pops in with poof. And Pugner, not Pugner, sorry. Puck says something in a voice line. This is all analysed from voice lines. That Void isn't welcoming Classroom. So he's not only a cultist, he's been kicked out of the cult. Like, you've got to be a real knob to be kicked out of a cult.
Or maybe he's a nice guy. Maybe he's changed his ways. Maybe he probably just wants his eyes back. You know what? He's become self-conscious. He wants his eyes back. He wants out the cult and he wants his eyes, but they got whiff of that and they're like, nah,
You want eyes?
Get out.
You want eyes? Gross. And like they're all about to drink the Kool-Aid and he's like, nah, fuck this. The Dreg cult. Like that's Dreg as well. Like you think like, oh, the dregs of a beer or something. The dreg is never a good thing.
No, you don't want dregs of your beer.
And then
horrible.
Final thing is, so he was chilling in Klazurim, but left to go to the physical world to find these Nemesis stones. Now, Nemesis stones, I've got this here.
Oh my god, is this Avengers Infinity War?
Hell yeah.
He needs to assemble 5 Nemesis stones to get the gauntlet to make sure season 11 of Game of Thrones doesn't happen. Is that the plot of Faceless Void?
Right, so these Nemesis
I'm not
stones,
wrong, am I? I'm right.
It's kind of right. These Nemesis stones were kept in the Mad Moon by Ark Warden, who's
The
called...
Mad Moon, that's the one from Majora's Mask, right? With the face.
That, I think it is. And the Mad Moon had all the creeps in, and then it imploded for some reason. I don't know, I ran out of tab space, I ran out of RAM. And yeah, so he's like fiending for these stones at Ark Warden. So him and Ark Warden, I think, must have some kind of beef.
Yeah.
But that is why he's here. But his Void's big thing is his Chronosphere, his ulti, right? Which, Joe, you'll get into at some point. And the whole thing of that is he opens a rift into Klazurim, and that's why people can't move. He's basically a Time Lord. That's it. His lore is written, his actual lore is terrible. Honestly, I think the three of us in 5 minutes could write better lore, but it's like 3 sentences that means nothing. His long view of the cosmos has given him a remote, disconnected quality, although in battle he is quite capable of making it personal. What does that even mean? And this is why no one cares about the lore, because most of it is crap.
It's dribble. Absolute dribble.
Anything else? Any weird things? No.
I do like the Nemesis thing, because that makes more sense now after playing that event about 300 times. I always just played it. I was like...
And the stones drop from the sky.
Yeah, the stones drop down.
Wait, sorry, what did he want with the stones again? What was his plan?
It doesn't say.
Yeah.
He just wanted them.
Maybe it's like some kind of drug. He's.
Oh, okay. So we're collecting meth for him.
Yes, essentially. That's what it says. That's what Gaben said.
Because I just remember the non-stop fighting in that game mode.
Well, that's why. The stones. They've got to do something, right?
Great game mode, by the way.
So, it's time for everyone's favourite part of the podcast, the voice actor.
Yes.
Any guesses of who voiced Faceless Void?
Was he Enigma?
No. So he voiced... It's Dave Fennoy. Looks like a pretty cool guy. Got like long dreads. Voiced Bat Rider, Ember Spirit, Faceless Void, Huskar, Jakiro, Skeleton King, Venomancer, Wraith King, and the One True King.
Interesting.
Lot of voices.
What else do we know him from?
I had a little look. Started as a DJ in San Francisco Bay Area. He was in Dumb and Dumber, the animated series, Cop 1. That's about
well
it.
known.
That's honestly it. And then some games.
The voice of Gabriel in Minecraft Story Mode.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Actually, he's been in a lot of stuff
Yeah.
scrolling through this. He's been in a lot. but like a lot of like
voices.
additional voices and
Yeah.
background characters. He was Lee in the Walking Dead video game.
But there's no like hard hit. Who is it? Duke Nukem in the last episode.
Yeah.
There's no big ones. But I've noticed that people who are in Dota are always in Guild Wars 2. So big up Guild Wars 2 and Dota.
They go together.
They share the books with each other.
But yeah, not loads to report from the voice actor, but that wraps up our voice segment. Everyone's favorite.
I always
part.
like it. It's always interesting. Sometimes we get a weird... Hold up, he was in Aladdin.
No, he
was the voice of a man in Aladdin.
Yeah.
Oh, the TV series. Fuck, I thought there was actually...
And just man, like that is
the voice
He's
of
in
man.
Ben 10, the films.
Oh my
That's pretty
god.
cool.
He was Nick Fury in the Ultimate Spider-Man game from 2005.
Hell
that's pretty cool.
So there we go.
Here's one for you, Joe. He was in Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time. He was Maximilian Zane, who hosted like the space radio.
Oh yeah.
Pretty not bad.
This is always a bit where I struggle to close the tab because I'm always just curious. So I'm going to do that now. And shall we move on to the abilities?
The abilities.
The abilities of Faceless Void. They're wacky. I thought I knew Faceless Void, but it turns out I don't. I thought he was a simple, straightforward guy, but all his abilities work kind of slightly differently to the way I thought they worked, which is strange. So his first ability, Time Walk, where he does a little hop, skip, and a jump. And he moves to a point near him, or nearish him. And
Nice.
the fun thing about this is it heals 2 seconds worth of damage. So in a duration of 2 seconds that you've just gone through, it will heal that duration.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
That's quite a long time.
It's pretty good.
Lion
Now,
finger.
Yeah, backtrack it basically. Well, I say backtrack it.
You're ahead of yourself there.
This is where I misunderstood Time Walk. I used to think Time Walk was like, oh, okay, I'm on say 100 health now. 2 seconds go by, I'm now on 80 health. I always thought Time Walk would work where it would just kind of set your health to what it was 2 seconds ago. But it's not. It counts as a heal. It's 100% heal rather than like a set health back, which is weird.
Oh, okay. Wait,
So yeah,
wait, what?
Wait, so if you vessel him,
yeah. So Spirit Vessel works against him.
And I'm guessing Scardy and
Yeah, anything that
AA
does
ult?
regen reduction works on him.
AA ult fudges him.
Yep,
okay.
it is actually kind of silly. And I had no idea that was a thing.
So this means for your favorite hero,
Yeah.
Joe, Venomancer,
Oh yeah. Oh
that is
yeah.
a counter right there.
I tell you now. Okay, before we get into Venomancer, because he's one of my favorite heroes, there's a couple of things it doesn't heal from. It heals 100% of damage taken, yes, but not from things that count as HP removal.
Oh.
So, Sunder from Terrorblade, where you swap health, that counts as HP removal.
Yes.
Cannot backtrack that. You can't heal from that. So if he sunders you and lowers your health, you can't heal back up from it. You can't jump away and heal from a sundered bit of damage.
Yeah.
Necrophos's aura counts as health removal. So, you can't backtrack the aura damage. Spectre Dispersion counts as HP removal, which is weird. So if you're hitting a Spectre and the damage is being reflected onto you, can't negate that. And Venomancer Poison Sting.
Is it
Just his normal passive ability, Poison Sting, counts as HP removal. And on top of that, Venomancer has a talent that, reduces HP regen. So Venomancer, very good hero versus Faceless Void.
Shit, I need to write this down because Void is annoying. Although when late game, it's not going to make a difference. Void is just going to do Void things.
Yeah, in lane though, Venomancer I think is probably the best hero for it. It's busted. It's busted. I had no idea that Poison Sting counted as HP removal.
That is a strange one. It
It is strange. It's more so HP removal is like a tag for other spells to work properly. Like we'll get onto them at some point, like
underscore modifier underscore tooltip.
Yeah, it makes sense to have things listed as it, but it is also weird because it's like a few spells would be OP if they weren't classified as HP removal, but it also means they interact weirdly with other spells like Faceless Void, Time Walk.
It makes sense to Gaben, and who are we to question Gaben?
Who are we to question that man?
To question it. I just remember when, back in my day, all these years ago, when that was not, the self-heal wasn't a thing, and they introduced the self-heal, we went, oh my god, he's got Weaver's Ultimate as a normal ability.
Yep.
On like a 6-second cooldown.
Yeah, it's literally a 6-second cooldown that heals you for 2 seconds worth of damage.
Yeah.
It's actually still pretty insane.
It is very, very
And with
good.
talent, it reduces the cooldown to 5 seconds as well, and the damage window to 2.55 seconds.
It's annoying, especially low level. Me being a herald scrub myself. Low level games. People just waste loads of stuff in you in lane and then you just reverse it.
So what's the lore of this ability? Like, he jumps and reverses damage or heals damage.
I'll just do it from memory.
Yeah.
See how much I remember. He whizzes into the Klazurim realm. He like goes through the realm. He's using it as like a little shortcut. He's like a Mario Kart shortcut.
So he travels. He travels in 4 dimensions. He's like the film Arrival.
Arrival.
What's the one with the 4D aliens?
Big Mama's House 2. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
It's like Big Mama's House
That's
2
a good film.
with the aliens that are 4-dimensional.
Yeah.
Slight spoilers, but not really.
That's it.
So
That's right.
Void
right?
is a 4D guy, I guess. I guess that makes sense. He's 4D, travels through time freely. Yeah, it makes sense. Sure. He's
So he's
4D.
on the hunt for those stones. Give me those stones.
Give me the stones. Give me the rocks. Anyway, his second ability, time dilation. This is the most wordy of all his abilities, right? It's a weird one. It's an AoE spell. It's like a round AoE around him. So he does it looks like he does a hip thrust, right? It looks like he does a pelvic thrust and this purple wave gushes out around him. I don't know how else to
Doing
describe it.
Zumba.
He's doing his Zumba classes, and the pulse in Zumba wave compels everyone to get a debuff on them. It's also quite weird. So the AoE of this spell is actually a lot bigger than the visual animation. So there's like a little visual purple wave that appears on the screen. The actual diameter of this AoE is about double that size, which is kind of nuts. I didn't realize it was that big.
What is the debuff?
Oh, the debuff.
The debuff.
Oh, let me tell you about the debuff because it's silly. Hang on. It lasts 11 seconds. Let's start with that. It lasts 11 seconds, this debuff.
Okay.
The primary thing it does is it increases spell cooldowns of enemies by 60%. I think it actually kind of works in the way that it slows the progress of the timer, if that makes sense. So the max, I guess, it can increase a spell's duration for is 60% of 11 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so like if you have got 20 seconds left, in 11 seconds, rather than having 9 seconds left, you'll have about 14 seconds left.
Yeah. I'm looking at it now, and the timer doesn't go up, but the seconds take a lot longer to tick over.
That would be awesome if you could just slipped in and just kept time dilation and just Enigma would never have Hall. It's interesting though, because I played against so many Voids and I've just never considered this to be a spell.
And the thing is, that 60% is level 1. The only thing that increases as you level this spell up is the duration, and also it does damage per second. Now, the annoying thing about this damage per second is it does more damage per second based on how many spells you have on cooldown. And it also slows you on your movement and your attack speed, which is silly. Also based on how many spells you have on cooldown.
So a lot of spells on cooldown.
Yeah.
It's not a good time for you.
I don't know.
No.
I feel like this is just a bit of a... Because it'd be good in lane against maybe like a Kotl or something, who wants to spam out that spell, that chakra. But at the same time, you're spending 60 mana. Like, it doesn't really... unless you do want to just slow them.
I feel it's one of those spells that you can't see the impact on. But if you use it in a team fight, it actually does a lot. Especially on I think, honestly, it's the cooldown increase. Or cooldown slower. I don't know how to describe... Cooldown progress slow. Yeah, like if there's a big team fight in and you slow the ogre's stun by low, and even just that 1 extra second means that PA gets 1 more crit and kills the carry. There's been a few fights where I've played as like Tusk against a Void, and you're so reliant on like using your shards and your snowball as Tusk, and he uses this ability on you, and you've used both your spells, and then you just wait and you're going, oh, I can't do much, I'm waiting for snowball and I can't. It's a pain.
Yeah.
It's a pain. But back to the move speed and attack speed. It doesn't do movement and attack slow by default. It only does it after you've have 1 spell on cooldown. So if you have no spells on cooldown, it will not slow you. You will not get damaged. And yeah.
And the Void just looks like a bit of a numpty because you haven't done anything. Or you've leveled up all passives and he jumps in and he's...
Exactly.
What a great word, numpty.
Numpty.
It's a fantastic word.
But yeah, honestly, the time dilation, I hate the spell. It just feels weird. I don't like it. It feels too complex for what it is. I don't know.
What would you replace it with? Mate, I've got one. Yep. He hits the floor, he hits the ground with his head, and it creates like a shockwave.
And what does the shockwave do?
It just does like a slow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorted.
And the slow also increases your cooldown.
No, none of the cooldown.
Okay.
It makes you, it slows you and it turns you purple.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
If you use it on friendlies, it speeds them and it makes them smaller. So they're like mini and they're like harder to catch.
Makes little rat men on your team.
Perfect. Sorted.
Little rat boys. Perfect. The perfect spell. What are you calling the spell?
Head bang floor.
Head bang floor.
That would be a good
Hit.
head bang. And boy just whacks his head on the ground.
Sorted.
That would be so good. Take note, Gabe.
So second spell headbang, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
Sure.
One of those spells though that you don't really read.
Think about it. Even when I'm playing Void, I don't think about using it. And it's one of those things that just, I guess you can't see it. You can't see cooldowns ticking over slower on enemies too clearly. You can't see it take an effect. And the damage per second is so minimal, it doesn't feel like you're doing anything. And the attack speed and move speed only is significant if they have a lot of things on cooldown. Because it's only 10% per stack. It's a decent amount, but like, yeah, I don't know.
In a game where you use your spells, Piri and Flax, he's a famous line, use your spell, lads. Yeah. This is a spell to be used, and you'll just use it, right? You're like, cool, slow him a little bit and do shit.
Yep. As a Void player, I don't think I've ever leveled this.
Stats.
Just throwing that one out there.
Fair.
But it's, because Enigma's a well-rounded hero where all of his spells matter just as much. He's not like a one-trick pony, right? He's got load of spells. It's not like he's just got one spell which is great and the rest are like not great.
I mean,
right?
I mean, kind of. No, he's not like that. He's not like Enigma. Although he's purple, I think he's still like, I think his Q's worthwhile by itself. Not the backtrack, the heal.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, his third ability, Time Lock, is a passive ability, which are my favorite kind of abilities because they just happen and you don't have to think about them. It's the best bit. The best bit about Dota is passive abilities.
Hell yeah.
That is so not true. That is so not true as a Tusk spammer. My God, I hate passives.
Passives are great.
Yawn.
Passives are great.
Passives are great. You don't have to do anything. They're just there. Bro, I played Lifesteal the other day and you're just awesome. You don't do anything.
You just click.
You just click.
Done.
Time Lock, you just click. So Time Lock has up to a 24% chance to proc. And when it does, when you proc on a right click, it sends out an additional instant attack, which is kind of like the animation's kind of like a little blue version of you steps out of your body and hits them. So it's not like you hitting them twice quickly. It's like a guy through time hits them.
Guy
kind
through
of
time.
fun. A guy through time.
Another Time Lord comes in.
Another Time Lord.
And whacks you.
And you are the Time Lord. And the Time Lord is you. And you are together and you are one. Now, the time lock damage is magical. It doesn't scale off your actual right click. It's just a set magical amount, which is max level default 30. And with talents, it goes up to 80. Do I need to say ish again in case there's a big patch? Ish?
Nah.
Okay.
Wait, so it's only doing 30 damage per hit?
Yeah, but it's a 24% chance to proc, right? And it counts as an instant attack, so it also can proc attack modifiers. So things like Maelstrom can proc off the time lock.
But the most damage, one of those little pal spirit guys, the most damage is going to do is 30 damage.
Or 80 with the talent, and it's magical.
I didn't realize it was magical.
It's magical, it's
I
not physical.
always thought it was physical.
Yeah,
And so if they've got BKB, then it's doing nada.
Yeah, but it goes through armor, I think, is the more exciting thing.
Okay.
But the weird thing about it being like an attack, or it counts as an instant attack. So it procs Maelstrom and stuff, but it can also proc itself. So there's a 24% chance for a time locked attack to proc time lock.
Shit, that's really cool. I didn't know that.
So that's why sometimes you see, oh my god, Void got so lucky on his hits, doing all this damage. And I haven't mentioned the most bullshit bit about this. Sorry, I've gone through all this time about time lock. It's called time lock. It stuns you for 0.5 seconds. Not you as in Faceless Void. It stuns the enemy for 0.5 seconds. The guy you're attacking, stunned.
So in theory, you could perma stun someone
Yeah.
for their entire HP if you are lucky.
If you get lucky enough, you proc one time lock, and that time lock procs another time lock, and that time lock procs another time lock.
And you could have been
Infinite
gone
stun.
by then. And they're still there getting
It is mind blowing that doesn't happen more. I guess they've got clever math to stop it happening with their probabilities. But yeah, it's 24% chance to stun on a hit.
That's very cool.
And
Think
do
how
damage.
funny that would be is you hit a guy once, you leave, you time walk away, and they're still getting perma stun
The whole game.
the entire time.
Oh, do you know when you get there's some games where you just get bullied by, especially like when it's someone high level who's like in unranked, and they're like push you up onto the rock for ages and just kill your carrier, and then when you like come off the rock, they're like push you up the rock again.
Yeah, that
but
would
yeah,
be.
honestly, time lock, great ability. Also, is it undispellable? Is that what I'm reading?
Only strong dispels.
Yeah. Kind of nuts.
Whatever that means. I like still don't really know what that means.
There's different levels of dispels, and it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, but it still pierces BKB.
Yeah.
So you can just get perma-stunned throughout your entire BKB by this magical instant attack.
Now that
Yep.
is that is strong. That
It's
is really
like-
strong.
On the good side though, Mantas can't proc it. So if you have illusions, they can't stun. Thank God.
Coming
That-
next
good.
patch,
Bullshit.
time
Oh,
lock
don't.
procs.
Don't.
Oh, if that is the case. Oh.
Now, there is one weird interaction with items left in Dota. Well, one of the few weird interactions left in Dota is Faceless Void cannot use Skull Basher. So because a time lock has a chance to bash, he is not allowed to use the bash effect of Skull Basher.
Well, it just doesn't work.
Just doesn't work. Even if you haven't leveled time lock, the bash effect of Skull Basher does not work.
So you could buy Abyssal Blade or Basher
Yep.
and never get a bash.
You don't get a bash because you have time lock.
Mate, they need to say this stuff. If you're Void, be like, just let you know, this isn't going to work properly. And you go, okay, thanks, Gabe. I'm not going to buy this item. Did you know this before?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
I did.
But that's because we played from the days where you legit couldn't even buy the item when you picked the hero.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
And like you used to
it should
not be able to buy Blink on Pudge.
Yes.
Like other weird stuff like that. It's
Why
been in
couldn't
the
you blink
game
his
for a while.
Pudge?
It was OP to blink on Pudge.
Fair, it is OP to blink his Pudge.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
There were certain items which, you cannot buy. And if your hero has a built-in... I think it's with all bashers, isn't it? If you have a bash of some sort...
Yeah, you can't buy a
You can't
basher.
get basher.
Like Slardar, I don't think can buy basher.
Slardar cannot.
Yeah. It's silly.
Silly.
Yeah.
It's silly,
But
but it's magical
also-
damage.
But I'm going to say this. I'm so glad that that's not in the... that's the thing. Because
same.
imagine a Void with a basher. Or a Slardar with a basher. Or any other hero which has
Spirit
a bash.
Breaker, yeah.
Spirit Breaker. You could just get perma-stunned throughout that entire time. And you cannot do anything.
Yeah.
Shout out.
That would just be OP.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Right. Before we talk about his ult, I want to talk about his Ags and his Ag Shard.
Okay.
Okay, axe me up.
Ags me up. We'll do the Shard first because it's kind of simple. So his Shard upgrades his first ability, Time Walk.
Nice.
It basically gives you another spell, which you can activate after you use Time Walk, which allows you to Time Walk back to where you Time Walked from. So it gives you a 1.5 second window to go, nope, no thank you, and just go back. And it's a free spell, costs you no mana.
No mana. Damn.
Cost no mana, and you just nope. You nope back after jumping in.
No.
You can nope.
Go up the dark stairs and go whoop.
Yeah, no.
There.
Yeah. Do you guys want to guess what this new spell is called?
Reverse time walk.
Backing up the oh shit moments.
It is just called Reverse Time Walk. Yep.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Dav tried to do a little meme, but was actually spot on.
I was thinking of in the cha-cha slide. And you go,
Take it back now,
reverse. Reverse. Two
That's
hops this
what it
time.
was.
Cha-cha.
Oh. All right.
Well, that's pretty
and,
useful.
Yeah. And his Axe, again, upgrades his cha-cha slide.
Hell yeah.
Cha-cha slide.
So I think that's what I'm going to call it, the cha-cha slide from now on. None of this time walk, none of this hopping through time. Void, yeah, let's update the wiki now to Void does the cha-cha slide through time and heals 2 seconds of damage. Anyway, the Ags upgrades his cha-cha slide, his Q, his time walk, and gives it a buff which incorporates his time lock. So now when he uses his time walk in a small area of where he's landing, it applies the time lock debuff thing. So you jump in
right click.
and it's a free, not even when it's applied through this, it's not even instant attack. It's just kind of an applied debuff in an AoE. It's still magical damage, but it doesn't classify as a right click or an instant attack, which is one hand bad because it can't proc the instant attack modifiers. Like it can't proc time lock again. It can't proc things like Maelstrom, but it does mean it can hit things that are ethereal.
Oh, okay.
So you can stun people that are in ethereal form. So
Dark Willow?
Is that
I don't think so.
Is that not a
She's untargetable. Untargetable. Different. It's different.
How long's the stun?
It's the same as time lock. It's based on time lock, so it's 2 seconds. No, not 2. Sorry, 0.5 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
And 2 seconds on creeps. But the AoE, it doesn't hit invis units. You're thinking AoE normally hits an invis unit because it's on the ground. But weirdly this doesn't. But it does hit enemies if you can't see them through fog. So if someone's like trying to TP out in the trees, you can use your time walk with your Ags upgrade and stun them and stop them from TPing.
That's
pretty cool.
Good.
It's not great.
That's good.
It's not amazing.
It's pretty good. I like it as an initiation. I quite running like a pos 3 Void that gets the Ags and the Shard and can kind of hop in and out. Because with the cooldowns, like you're hopping in and out every 5 seconds or so. It's not terrible damage with the extra talents you get.
Yeah.
AoE as well, extra 80 damage on every hero. It's not terrible.
For a whole Ags though, it's not the best.
Yeah, I guess. I guess maybe he'll get buffed. Who knows? It is worth noting on his reverse cha-cha slide, it doesn't proc time lock on his landing point when he reverses.
Okay.
It's only on the jump.
Okay.
It's only on the jump forward.
So that's Faceless Void. Seems a bit crap. You know, some good abilities, but I guess late game's just not going to be great.
But Dev, I haven't told you about his ultimate. Chronosphere.
Very
Wow, what's that?
cool.
What
spell.
is it, Dav? Dav, honestly, lore. Hit us with the lore. What's Chronosphere?
He's opening. He's ripping he's ripping space and time and opening a little gate to.
I thought that was his Q. That's what you described his Q as.
Chronosphere. Well, no, he's ripping open like a passage, to take people to Chronosphere. I guess it's like a dimensional.
People to Chronosphere.
Come to Chronosphere.
It's got that massive welcome.
Do you mean
to
Clazarum?
Chrono.
Oh yeah, sorry, to Clazarum. Yeah.
The lore man's getting the lore wrong.
Let me try this again.
Yeah.
It's
Take
a
two. Kevin Spacey. Sorry, take
It's a big bubble to Clazarum, and he's like taking people to see his homeworld of Clazarum. That's it. It's purple.
Interesting. Well, Classroom must be very breathtaking to the point where people can't move because they're so in awe. So yeah, Chronosphere, his ultimate, long old cooldown, 2 minutes. He makes a big old purple bubble on the map. And anything in the bubble is frozen. All enemies frozen, all friendly units frozen. All enemies as well have their abilities and item cooldowns frozen. Interesting. Very cool.
Good.
But Void himself, being the Time Lord he is not affected by the Chronosphere. He can move around freely. And also, he has hasted movement.
Yeah, he's rapid.
But it's not just him,
the
lads.
Flash.
It's all his units as well. So you get Manta, all your Manta delusions can run through for free.
Hang on a minute.
You get Helm of the Dominator.
Shit.
If you get
Does that actually
Necronomicon,
work?
oh yeah. I've tested. I've checked. I got the neutral item of Necronomicon and popped it in the Chrono, and they can run around. It's a great time.
Wait, so you could have a speedy like ancient in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick. And especially if you had like who's the speed boost guy?
The speed.
Who's
guy.
the speed?
You're
guy?
fucking. You're already the Flash. You don't need to go faster.
No, the speed boost creep. That gives you a little speed boost. I'd want to see.
Oh, that little cobalt. Yeah.
You take your little
You do
cobalt.
not need that in the Chrono. You're already hasted.
You take your little cobalt. You get the windy E. You get all these. You get a lifesteal. What? Okay.
You're theory crafting ability draft, and I don't think I like it.
Wait, what? No, I'm talking about right before you chrono. Windy puts her E on you. Lifestealer jumps inside your arsehole. You take your little cobalt with you, and other things that make you quicker. You get bots too.
You're already moving at 1,000 move speed.
Wait, what's the fastest you could move though? How about this, Joe? Can Lifestealer jump inside you and move around?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The max move speed is normally 550.
That's pretty cool.
So, you know what? I don't think you can move faster than the 1,000 in the Chrono. I think for some reason I don't think your strat's gonna work, Dev. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bring this to you.
That's fine. I'm just asking the questions that people want to know.
It's true.
Yep.
I'm asking the questions.
It's true.
Someone's got to.
So yeah, everyone's frozen in it. Also, you can't like use spells to get people out like a Force Staff. You can't snowball people out. I'm obsessed with Tuss. You can't snowball people out. You can't Marcy grab people out. But weirdly, it doesn't affect couriers.
Wait, so you can fly your courier in?
You can fly a courier over a Chrono, no problem. You can walk a donkey through that Chrono.
That's dumb.
That's funny.
That's so funny.
No, that's funny.
Also, any illusion of Faceless Void isn't affected. So even if like an enemy makes an illusion of you, like with a Disruptor or a Grimstroke, that's not affected by Chrono.
Okay.
Like if Rubik steals your Chrono, any illusion or any void can go through that chrono. Any kind of void, any illusion, any hero can go through any chrono with free movement.
That's because that has happened loads of times.
That has happened many
Where
times.
Rubik will steal the chrono and be like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And Void.
I chronoed the void. I will get.
Oh no, the void's killing me in the chrono.
That has happened many a time.
It's always funny. So yeah, this big old bubble gives you vision as well. So it gives you flying vision in the bubble. So you can look up a cliff with the bubble. You can de-ward with this bubble if you want.
Support void incoming.
Support void using his
On a
2-minute cooldown to de-ward. Yeah. Gives flying.
I can see
in
that happening.
True sight.
My
it's very good. Gives true sight. It also reveals smoked units, which is kind of pog. So PA blur is revealed. Smoke from smoke is revealed. And techie bombs. Those little red mines are revealed as well.
Okay.
So
That's useful.
yeah. Just weird little things. I'm glad it reveals everything. That's kind of good. But there are some other weird interactions with other spells and abilities. So Zeus's Ags, the Nimbus Bolt, which is that AoE lightning thing that zaps you, that isn't frozen by Chrono. Strange. It's still can attack. Yeah, strange. Any like little bugs and stuff, like the Weaver Scuttle bugs and the Grimstroke Phantom bug, those are instantly killed in the Chrono if they're on top of you. And the same with homing rockets from Gyrocopter. If that goes in a Chrono, it gets destroyed.
Okay.
That's very weird interaction.
Yeah. And the last like hero interaction is with Monkey King. If he's on a tree, he gets pulled down off that tree.
Good.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, monkey.
Get off the trees.
He's just big bubble man, and he just bubble, just void bubble. Late game, you could be losing, but as long as your void's got some farm, you get all 5 heroes like when they're pushing high ground in the bubble and kill them all, and then boom.
You just build them to attack stuff, don't you? That's it.
Next thing you know, buys like another massive item, and then boom, tables have turned. He's one of those many heroes who can just win you games.
Yeah.
But speaking of winning, how about paying to lose? Are you ready for the cosmetics section?
Oh shit.
Oh dear.
Faceless Void Arcana has some animations tweaked for the Chrono. By default, the Chrono animation speeds 0.3 seconds cast time with a 0.3 second backswing animation. The Arcana increases that backswing animation to 0.6. Pay to lose, baby.
0.3.
Pay to
0.3
lose.
secs. 0.3 secs. They add up. They add up to minutes of your life.
They do. Oh, they do. That's an extra right click or two you could get off in that time. Pay to lose is stupid. I don't know why it's in the game.
That's dumb. It just doesn't make sense. Gay bun.
Add that to
Change
the
it.
list. Add that to the list of fixes that need to happen. But yeah, that's Faceless Void, the big old purple fishman, hammerhead shark, carry man.
Carry. Yeah, he is a carry. Peckless.
Peckless.
I mean, yeah. Well, what is the strat on him, Ali? What are people doing with him?
There's one ability which you have forgotten, Joe. The most important ability called Backtrack.
Oh
It's
yes,
level 25.
the level
talent.
25 talent.
And it is the most important.
This is a callback to one of his old abilities, which he used to have that he could just level up, and this is a talent now.
That's fantastic.
It's a 20% chance to dodge damage. Any damage. 20% chance to dodge it. It's dumb.
Seems pretty good.
Any
Seems
instance
great.
of damage, you have a 20% chance to dodge it.
Lion
It's
finger.
so
Nope.
dodge.
Nope. 20% so high.
Yeah, that's really high actually.
It's really high. Okay, all in all, like some flipping good abilities.
Yeah.
But how are the pros playing it?
Well, the pros are playing it a lot.
I love to think of you now, like with your glasses on, like a reporter.
I am on like the most nerdy site possible, looking at these stats. Shout out to that Dota, great site, really,
Yeah.
really for nerds. So in our recent, where all the pros have played, I'm not doing TI anymore. We've moved on. We've graduated.
Yep.
We're on ESL 1 Kuala Lumpur. Ooh. The upcoming tournament. So the qualifiers for that. And Void has been one of the most picked heroes. But only with a 50% win rate. 50.94% win rate.
So he's
he
not
has been picked a lot.
dumpstering, but he's also not trash.
Still
He's
positive.
good. He's good enough as like a solid pick.
But not absolutely beyond broken. Why is this hero in the game kind of thing?
And I guess that comes from, if it goes late game, you got to, the later it goes, he's like the most ultimate. He's like the ultimate carry, right?
He is the ultimate carry. And he's been slowly but surely, in the high MMR brackets, he's been very much 53% win rate. But that, as we say, if it goes late, how do you beat a Void with Refresher?
There's no...
2 Chronos. You cannot beat that.
There's no counter to Chrono, right?
You could get Aeon Disc.
Long range stuns.
Long range stuns. But the issue is that if the Void is thinking about this, they've already got a nullifier. They already have a BKB.
Yeah.
And all what they need to do is jump in, chrono you, nullify you with their BKB on, and you are just dead.
Yeah. I mean, the other 25 talent is the Chronosphere AoE as well, so it makes it so big. So big. It makes it so hard to dodge. So late game, it's going to mess you up. It's going to mess you up. You're going to get caught.
Yeah. And the item build is kind of quite standard on Void, at least.
I feel that hasn't changed in years.
No, there's
Skull Basher.
Skull Basher, 6 of them.
Yeah, you just get 6 Skull Bashers, and it works.
And you just bash everyone constantly.
It's mainly treads into Mask of Madness, into a Maelstrom, BKB, and then you can go down, like, depending on the game, either a Skadi or a Manta, and you kind of customize your build dependent on what heroes you're against.
So it's like the primary stuff with like the power treads and Mask of Madness is like attack speed first, right?
Yeah.
Because you want the time lock procs.
But people, and I always get annoyed, or people always get annoyed as well, when Void is picked off lane. But Void is picked off lane sometimes.
Yeah.
I am fine with it. Because he's got the Q, his time walk, his cha-cha slide, makes him relatively sustained in lanes.
And he can initiate.
Yeah.
He can stun.
Yeah.
Do you change your build for off lane Void? Maybe get
from what I can tell, no, you don't.
Fair.
I think the build is pretty much, maybe you can get a Midas or so. I've seen some fun, wacky builds where Wagamama was the pioneer of the Vanguard Radiance Faceless Void, where you would get, I think it was treads into Vanguard, Radiance, then
Ags?
Manta.
No Ags?
No Ags.
No Ags? Oh my god.
Maybe the Ags came like later, but it was mainly around the Radiance timing.
Fair.
And you were just so annoying to deal with a Vanguard. But that was when it was like mega OP. It's not as OP anymore. So
do you remember that game we had, Joe, when the Void built a meme hammer? What's it even called, a meme hammer again?
Meteor Hammer.
Meteor Hammer, yeah. So the Void built a meme hammer, Meteor Hammer, so he would ulti them and then he would Meteor Hammer and he would guarantee to hit them because they'd be stunned.
Apparently this is legit. Apparently it's actually legit as like an off-lane Void thing as some early like reliable damage. Or so I've been told by Perion, who has been told this by Sheepstick. So
no, it's not.
Apparently in the higher ranks, it's legit.
What, the Meteor Hammer?
Yeah.
I have not seen any evidence of this on.
Maybe when
very
Meteor
high.
Hammer first came out, it was legit, and when Meteor Hammer was actually a lot of damage. Maybe. I think there was a window.
For it.
Yeah, I think there was a window where it was good, and I think Perion's talking to me about old information. But yeah, I think it is terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. And now for the section which everyone wants to know about is how our win rates are on the hero.
Can we guess the orders of highest to lowest? Or lowest to
Yeah,
highest?
go for it. Go for it. Highest to lowest.
I reckon Dav has the highest win rate with Faceless Void, but the least games.
Okay.
And then I think it's... Oh, God, it's going to be close between you and me, I think. Because we both play him a fair bit. I think you're more likely to play him, so I think your win rate's going to be close to 50. So I think mine will be slightly above yours just because I have less games.
Okay.
And only pick it when it's a good Void game. That's my guess.
Dav, what about your guess?
Mine's definitely going to be, I think, Ali top, because you play carry more often. Joe second, and then me.
Oh, wait, I
bottom.
forgot the era of where I played Void offlane all the time. Oh, no.
I would be surprised if I reckon I've got one win as Void, maybe. Sorry, 1 or 2 games as Void, and both losses.
Oh,
So-
wait, did we do Void on the All Hero Challenge? We must have done.
Oh shit! Yeah, we have.
Oh my god, I cannot remember how many games that played.
So
We got
we'll
the
start
stats
with
now.
Dav.
Yeah.
Dav has the highest percentage out of all of us.
Yes.
He has
Yes.
one win.
Yes.
So-
One and done. I called it.
One and done. It is Dav's only game on Void. It does feature both of us,
Oh my god.
and Dav farmed and he carried.
Look at him go. Look at my boy.
Look at him go.
Nice.
He did very well. And he went the Midas build as well, which I am very proud of.
That was. It must have been on stream, wasn't it?
Must
It
have been
was
on
on
stream.
stream.
Yeah. In the A to Z. Sweet. One game
One
win.
game.
100%, baby.
Hell yeah. So then we'll move on to Joe. Joe has 85 matches on Void with a 58% win rate.
58. That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's not
A
bad.
lot of it is, well, considering on the first page I can scroll down, I already see items which don't exist in the game anymore. So that's how long ago it was.
Oh no.
So, but Joe is the pioneer of the Ags. I see pretty much an Ags in every single
Yeah,
one of
man.
these builds.
It was the offlane. I
And a
always used to play
blank.
offlane. Oh, you played Utility Void offlane.
The Blink Ags.
Oh,
on
it's gonna make a
Void.
comeback, I believe. It's gonna get buffed.
It does. But a solid win rate. Very solid. And then me, I have 153 games
Yeah.
on Void.
Thought
Do have quite a lot.
I thought it'd be the
With
most.
a 50.98.
There we go. I was spot
You
on.
called it.
I
It's-
was spot on with it
you were
all.
smart.
Jeez.
I did play it a lot, and I did lose a lot with it.
No more. I'm not going to play as Void ever again. Just keep it 100.
You're just going to keep it 100%.
That's fair.
That's sell my account. Yeah, sell my account. Faceless Void 100% win rate. Account for sale.
I'm hoping that you have enough heroes for when we do other heroes where we have to compare the win rate, and it, like, Dav has not played this hero.
There's a
We
lot.
got a few more weeks.
You've got a few more weeks. You've got to get ahead.
Yeah, ABCFG, HIJK. No, yeah, L.
Yeah.
We're on to L. We're on L
L.
on our streams.
Yeah, which is a win with every hero in A to Z.
Yep.
And it's been a year and a half.
Yeah.
Has it really?
We started the A to Z this year.
Oh, it's been less than a year. Oh,
been less
okay.
than a year. Yeah,
Mate,
we
we're
started
almost
that's good
halfway.
then.
We're almost halfway through.
1 year to do half the heroes.
That's really good then.
Once we get Meepo out of the way, then do you know what I mean? Like the world's
Smooth
ours.
sailing. Smooth sailing.
Well, that's what you thought with a few other heroes.
Smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing.
As smooth as
Smooth
Faceless
sailing.
Void's face.
Exactly.
Because there's no face. Because it's all smooth.
What do you reckon then?
Is Faceless Void a match for you?
I'm still going with smash or ban. No, it's fine. Is she a match? Is she a match?
Definite smash.
Smash or ban, lads? What are we saying? Easy smash. Banning the W, though. Ban W.
Yeah.
Ban his W spell. Ban time dilation. It's boring. I hate it. It's dumb. But I'm smashing him so hard just based on Chronosphere and the Q, the Time Walk, the Cha-Cha Slide.
Nah,
Smash.
infinite bashes.
Infinite bashes.
That's what I'm doing it for.
I'm definitely smashing him. Oh, for sure. Smashing. What a hero. You play him well. You just don't... When it's going late game, if you win early game with Void, then you're laughing. And even if you're losing, if they're not efficient with pushing towers, and your Void's... And they have like a guaranteed win where they're fudging around, Void can just bring it back. Such a fun hero to play, such a fun hero to watch.
Nice.
And even if you do screw up with your chrono, it's just funny.
Yeah. It's still a win morally if you miss your chrono. You're still having a good time.
Space creation chrono.
One thing I will say was space creation chrono. That's great. One thing I will say, if you're a Void player and you're playing, you're waiting for your chrono, it doesn't need to be a 5-man chrono. It doesn't. It's great when it is, but sometimes just whack it out.
But Dav, as a Void player, I have to wait.
I'm just saying, as 100%, I've never lost with Void. This is my advice.
Oh, true. Actually, listen to Dav on everything. He's never lost with
I
me,
gotta listen to Dav. I gotta listen to him. He knows what he's doing.
Well, I think that does us for this week. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be on to G next week.
Hitting that G spot.
We'll be hitting that G spot next week. Who knows? Who knows what hero? We'll leave it as a little surprise for you, a little mystery, and we'll see you then. Well, we won't see you, but you'll listen to us then. All right.
Okay. All right.
Good.
Okay.
Adios.
Good. Okay. Cool.
Peace out. Peace and love.
See ya.
See you later.
Bye.